My name's Duddy, set of builds and stuff. Firstly, I just want to say I posted for quite a few days. That's because I've had like 5 nights on the bang at work. But this Void Titan build puts out some absolutely humongous damage. The Rocket Man, it's going to be featuring an extra special rocket launcher called the Bellowing Giant with Overflow, one of the best perks for rocket launchers. And it's also got Reaper's Tithe on there as well. So it's an excellent rocket launcher, very easily farmable as well. It puts out some massive damage, getting free in the mag and just spamming it out like so. It destroys -50 enemies with this specific build. Because it's a rocket launcher, we're very obviously going to be running the Hazardous Propulsion to get micro missile and extra rocket launcher damage. We're going to be pairing up with a DSC armor set because this has got a secret interaction as it fires kinetic missiles as well. This will proc your Hazardous Propulsion. We're going to be featuring Turncoat because this Void Hand Cannon actually breaks Hazardous Propulsion kinetic rockets. It gives them a 50% damage increase. So we'll go over that. I just want to give you a little clip of the Turncoat working, destroying these -50 enemies. That's just one of my class ability, guys. Kinetic rockets. Stay tuned. I'll break the video down. So, the Bellowing Giant is where we'll start off. It's an adaptive frame. It's also anti-barry. It's void. It's got overflow on there. I absolutely love this perk for rocket launchers. Picking up special or heavy ammo loads this weapon even further beyond its normal capacity. You actually get free in the mag every time you pick up special or heavy. Now, the second perk, I'm not sure if I'm actually pronouncing this right, but I call it Reaper's Tithe. Multiple simultaneous final blows, queue up a stacking damage buff, improve timer on the next weapon fire, and final blows extend the timer, so you get a really nice stacking damage buff. It's also got Forge's Kin on there, where Black Armor weapon, final blows briefly grants significantly more ammo generation, which is perfect for overflow. It also gives you increased reload speed and extra damage against combatants when this weapon is redrawn. So it actually buffs out your Reaper's Tithe and other things as well with extra damage. So it's a really good origin trait. So firstly, I just want to show you the damage first as standard, just a standard rocket launcher shot. And what you're going to see is a damage number here. So I'm going to fire it off, nothing going on. 219.83, just remember the 290 number. And very obviously all we're going to do then is switch to the Hazardous Propulsion. When you get final blows or precision hits, it's going to load kinetic missiles. You put your class ability down, it fires them off, and it buffs rocket launchers and micro missile weapons as well. So I've stacked it up, fired it off. 391, there's your extra damage on your rocket launcher. Extra damage for free, basically. All you got to do is get some crit hits and a few kills. So that's the damage from Hazardous Propulsion. Add in some seasonal artifact perks, anti-champion nose cone. This will give you increased damage against champions, so perfect for conquests, alerts, things like that. And then Agent Ordnance. Firing a rocket launcher consumes 1 stack of armor charge, granting increased damage and reload speed until you stow your rocket launcher. Add them into the mix as well. So if you remember the very first number that we saw, 290, and it's going to go up to all the way up to 526. That is massive. That's like an 80% damage increase, which is really, really good. An 80% damage increase on this. And don't forget, we've got overflow, so you're going to be able to fire 3 of these rockets off. I'm going to show you why I like overflow so much in a moment. Get a couple of void surges on there as well if you wish. So a really big damage increase. Now, overflow, as I mentioned, picking up special or heavy ammo is going to load this weapon even further than its normal capacity. Paired up with Reaper's Tithe, this just works perfectly for all different types of situations, whether you want to do some ad clearing or do some boss or champion damage. Really good. So you're going to see, I'm going to pick up this special ammo brick, 1 in the mag, fire it off. You don't even have to reload your rocket launchers either with overflow, which is an added bonus. No reloads, getting 3 in the mag, which you can just spam out, guys. Really, really good. Like I said, you can use it for damage against champions, mages, banes, bosses, etc. -50 stuff. Or you can pick it up and proc your Reaper's Tithe and do some ad clearance with it as well. And once you've got everything going on, all the buffs, it's really, really good. Now, Hazardous Propulsion doesn't just buff your rocket launchers. As I mentioned, it also buffs other things like high albedo. This is a micro missile frame. These are just options. So you can get extra damage on that, extra damage on your mountaintop with recombination as well. All extra damage. Mint retrograde, there's quite a few things that it buffs, so you've got quite a few options that you can run in different slots. The thing is with Turncoat as well, it actually breaks the micro missiles. So watch the damage here, 241. And when you activate the Turncoat's exotic trait, you're going to hold to reload. It's going to unleash like a power system. And basically, it gives you an extra 200% damage. Now watch this damage increase on the rockets, all the way up to 723. So all you have to do is make sure you got your latent power built up, hold to reload, and you get an extra 200%. Added a gear set called the Legacy Earth gear set. Now the 2-piece isn't that great, but the 4-piece is pretty good for this specific build. When your shields are broken by a combatant or upon casting your super, you release a swarm of heat-seeking missiles. It's the same missiles that the Hazardous Propulsion fires off. Couple of rockets there, you see them flying off. And you'll notice in this clip, I actually proc my enhanced rockets, and I ain't even having to use my class ability. So that's showing you that the DSC armor will actually proc your buffs to your rocket launchers and your micro missile frames from the Hazardous Propulsion. So it's actually a free proc and a way to keep the damage up on your Exodus rockets. So once you've got everything going on, micro frame primary, mountaintop, something like that, mid retrograde, you get extra damage on your super from the missiles, extra damage on your Bellowing giant, etc. Your super's weakening, it all works pretty nicely. Now, it does actually proc when you're low health as well. As you can see in this clip, I've got a free proc of that enhanced rockets, but I can't tell you how good that feels. Again, you'll see it, enhanced rockets, a little missiles fired off, and that's just a way, and your super, without having to use your class ability to get that free proc on the extra damage on your rocket launchers. And like I said, with all the seasonal artifact perks and the Hazardous Propulsion, it absolutely destroys things, guys. Just look at that. Absolutely rinses. Minus 50 enemy champions, it absolutely deletes them. And your Reaper's Tithe and your Overflow working together and all the other things, it's just so good for ad clearance as well. Never having to reload that rocket. Turncoat bug here. I'm going to activate it. Now watch this major here. It gets absolutely destroyed. That is just the Turncoat bugging out the Hazardous Propulsion. So you've got loads of damage just for free, basically, with Turncoat, Hazardous Propulsion. Watch this again. Really, really good, guys. It took like 70% of his health without even having to fire a rocket launcher off. What a joke that is. Got my Bellowing giant primed here, free in the mag. I'm going to proc my latent power, bug out my kinetic rockets from the Hazardous, and get 3 rockets off on him straight away. Then switch to my high albedo, fire my super off, get the weakening. The rockets are also going to get the buff from the weakening as well from the DSC armor. You can put out some big damage. Really, really good. And that overflow for me is absolutely STS, specifically for rocket launchers. I'm going to show you my fragments, etc. now. Stats are on the bottom left. There's my fragments as well, and my aspects. I'll also leave a dim link. There's my mods. You might want to change depending on what you're doing. And then I also run the Queen's Foil Center artifact, which I've mentioned a couple of them on there, but there's a few extra ones on there as well. So I just want to show you the Turncoat again. These are minus 50 enemies. Guys, like, how good is that? And you got that Bellowing giant. You still pay your DSC rockets, all buffing the build out to something very, very nice. Big damage, loads of ad clearing capabilities, minus 50 perfection. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.